Good morning. It is day 2 of the training on the trails for rim to rim to rim. So we are going to head out and try a new park today, and a little overcast, cool in the 30s, and should be a good run.
And it's her birthday, 60. And I'm 60 shortly, so that's our big adventure for 60, is trying to do the rim to rim to rim. So we're looking to cross the Grand Canyon twice in one day. We're going to do a little walking, a little running, and we'll just see if we can survive it. But so this is day 2 of very mild training, looking for local trails to train on, and then we'll get some elevation here as we get closer. We're looking at doing it at the beginning of June, and this is day 1 or day 2 of getting it rolling. So we'll be keeping you abreast of what happens. All right, we found the single track mountain biking trails. So we're at Salisbury Community Park in Salisbury, North Carolina, about 20 minutes outside of where we live. So this is our first time here, and again, it's no Grand Canyon as far as elevation, but an opportunity to work on those micro muscles and do a slower pace, which I'm not. My ankles are pretty shot, so with all the routes I have to go slow, and then Ann and I can be more equalized because she doesn't think about the routes at all. And it's beautiful, and it's low intensity, so pretty spot. We're excited. We got a place this close to us, and yesterday we forgot to take the GoPro, but we found a little place called Lake Courier. That's only about 5 minutes from us. Not as big an area, but it has more elevation up and down. Again, minuscule compared to Grand Canyon, but an opportunity to get in some training on trails close by, and then we'll have to be intentional on the weekends to get some places where we can get some elevation, and that'll be a challenge, but that's part of our plan. So it's a pretty cool little area. It's actually a mountain bike trail, but we're just keeping cognizant of the mountain bikers, and so far we haven't seen one. Saw a guy walking his dog and another guy walking, so far so good. We're thrilled. We're a little over 3¼ miles in. Again, just just kind of plodding along, but just trying to learn the track. And I'm talking to the camera, I'm sorry. It's just wandering through here. It's beautiful. We're just loving it. It's like to have it. This is so close to our house. All right, we're a little over about 4¼ miles, and we've averaged about 13-minute miles. Again, we're just kind of cruising along, enjoying the day. Probably about 40 degrees. I always overdress. I'm not much on the cold, but just beautiful. No wind at all, as you can tell. A beautiful spring day. I guess early spring. We're still in February, so February 21st. But the main part of winter is over here in North Carolina, which we really don't have much of winter. Growing up in Erie, Pennsylvania, it's nothing, but as I've gotten older, I like the cold less. So even January in North Carolina feels cold to me at times. So loving today. What a way to celebrate my wife's birthday, 60s, and I say, hey, there's a trail over here, let's try it out. So she's a go-getter. She's pretty tough, so, but yep, fun way to celebrate 60s. She loves it. It's had a weekend away with the our kids and daughter-in-laws and grandkids. So that was wonderful, and got today off from work and just out enjoying God's creation. So beautiful day. Well, came out of the woods and got this little lake here. It's a beautiful little area. Definitely come up here with the grandkids to do some exploring, walking around on the trails. They're still a little young, but a couple of them are getting 3 and 4, so we like to expose them to outdoors, and they seem to really actually enjoy it overall. So good stuff. I'm just doing a little more exploring. We're basically done with our trail run, but I'm just gonna get a little more mileage in, not much, as I explore and head back. There's Ann going up the hill there. I'm gonna turn around in a second and get her. So it looks like they got some walking trails. So yeah, definitely a place we'll be back to. Saw some deer tracks, did not see any deer. Kind of surprised. They probably saw us. We just didn't see them. Looks like Catawba College has a, this must be part of the cross country course out here. So So just kind of recapping our little run out in the woods today. Celebrating my wife's 60th. What a way to celebrate, right? Make her go out and run in the woods. But we did finish with a beautiful date tonight at Five Guys. So I think I capped it off really well. So I think I'm gonna get husband of the year. So
Definitely.
But put your votes in for that. But no, we had a great time today. Yesterday we did our first trail run. So long story short, we're obviously working towards Boston, as we talked about in the first video, and that's still the main goal. But we decided to throw another goal in there of doing the rim to rim to rim hike, and we felt like that could be good preparation for Boston with her stress fracture injuries and stuff, and trying to prevent those again. The trails are kind of a good way to get a lot of endurance in without as heavy pounding, because we are going slower. So we feel like that's something to consider. And also it does get a lot of the micro muscles strengthened up, which again should help us overall be healthier runners on the road. So right now our next event is a half marathon at the end of March. So we're about 4.5 weeks out for that. So we're training for that. So overall, I think both of our training has been going pretty well. I've been maybe doing 40 miles a week, and we've had sickness go through the family, and so we've been fighting back and forth through that, and overall we've made it through that pretty well. No injuries right now. We're doing that strength training program that we'll probably continue to talk about, and as we get further down the road, maybe reveal who that is and how that's gone. And then we're just doing our regular, I'm doing mostly running and my normal lifting stuff. And how's your stuff been going overall?
I think overall, well, again, the illnesses, of course, are a little frustrating. They set you back a few days. You feel like, I've lost it all, but you haven't. And still trying to have a good balance of the biking, the swimming, and the running. Regardless of what I'm doing, biking is my least favorite, least aggressive, shall we say. I try to do a little bit more all out, either long in a run or a fast run, because then I know, I have a day to go swim. So then I try to do that in a harder fashion. And I'm finding that it seems to be working so far. I've been able to do a longer run at a good pace, and then also do some quicker runs at a quick pace for me.
Yeah.
So it seems that I'm slowly, it's so far, it's a positive pattern for what I thought were.
Yeah, you're probably much more on target for your Boston qualifying time,
yes,
than I am for my sub 3 hour time.
Right.
So I think I've been making progress. My speed has been picking up, but you're already working in the realm and doing runs within the speed that you need to be at. So
I need
they're
endurance.
short. Yes.
Now I need the long runs.
Right. But
to
today was
count,
one of
but they
those
will.
5 mile runs, but it's a little over an hour because you're running through trails and stuff. So that we feel like that's a positive. So again, the next big thing is our half marathon. So we both need to work on some speed and endurance for that longer thing. Gives us a little bit of an idea where we're at and working towards the September full marathon. So overall, things are positive. We're fortunate to both be healthy right now and just continue to work day by day and give it everything we got. We're just trying to give it our best. So
Right.
So until next time, hope your running's going well.